Hello students, I am Sohana Mansoori, your English teacher from Sellobel CBSE school. So, today we are going to start our second chapter, that means unit 2, and the chapter name is A Gift of Chappals. You can see the paragraph given in the starting of the chapter. Here I am reading it. Mridu is a young girl growing up in Madras, now called Chennai, with Tapi, her grandmother, and Tata, her grandfather. One afternoon, Tapi takes her to her aunt Rukumani's house to meet her cousins Lali, Ravi, and Meena. So let me tell you summary of the chapter first. The story is about the mischievous and simplicity of children's behavior. They wish to explore every aspect but act according to their own logic. Now, they gave chappals to the baker and then to the music teacher without hesitation. Their sensitive heart melts easily. Now look at the first paragraph, A Gift of Chappals, Part 1. A smiling Rukumani threw open the door. Ravi and Meena rushed out, and Ravi pulled Mridu into the house. Wait, let me take off my slippers, protested Mridu. She set them out neatly near a pair of large black ones. Those were grey, actually with dust. You could see the clear mark of every toe on the front part of each slipper. The marks for the two big toes were long and scrawny. You can see some highlighted word meanings in the chapter also. And as I told you before, Mridu is a young girl living with her grandmother Tapi and grandfather Tata in Chennai. Now, Mridu goes along with Tapi to her aunt Rukumani's place one afternoon. There she meets her cousins Lali, Ravi, and Meena. Everyone at Rukumani's house was glad to see Mridu. There was a thick, bitter berry bush in their backyard. Ravi took her beside that. There was a small little kitten inside a torn football. The small creature was busy drinking milk that was kept inside a half shell of a coconut. Now, when Mridu reached her aunt's home, Rukumani threw open the door and Ravi and Meena rushed out, and Ravi pulled Mridu into the house. Here she is telling that, wait, let me take off my slippers. Mridu said that. She set them out neatly near a pair of large black ones. And at the end of the chapter, we'll see that whose slippers is this. Now, Mridu didn't have much time to wonder about whose slippers they were, because Ravi dragged her to the backyard. रवि जो है वो मृदु को बैकयार्ड में लेकर जाता है behind a thick bitter berry bush. There, inside a torn football lined with sacking and filled with sand, lay a very small kitten lapping up milk from a coconut half shell. Now let me tell you another character of the chapter is the kitten. Now, Meena informed Mridu that they have found the kitten outside their house in the morning of that day. But they must keep it as a secret, otherwise the grandmother will leave their house immediately. Ravi was upset that they were being taught to be kind towards animals, but when he was trying to do so, elders were screaming at them, calling the kitten a dirty creature. Now, Ravi showed Mridu the kitten which is there in their backyard. We found him outside the gate this morning. उनको सुबह ही ये किटन गेट के आउटसाइड मिली है. He was mewing and mewing. Poor thing. Mewing, that means the sound of kitten. Said, Meena, it's a secret. ये जो चीज़ है वो सीक्रेट है. अम्मा says Party will leave for our Padu Mama's house if she knows we have a cat. Here you can see the word Party, that means grandmother in Tamil language. So people are always telling us to be kind to animals. लोग हमेशा कहते हैं कि animals के towards हमें kind रहना चाहिए. But when we are, they scream. Oh, don't bring that dirty creature here, said Ravi. Do you know how hard it is just to get a little milk from the kitchen? किचन में से इसके लिए थोड़ा सा भी मिल्क लाना कितना डिफिकल्ट है. पार्टी सो मी विथ अ ग्लास इन माई हैंड जस्ट नाउ. I told her I am very hungry, I want to drink it, but the way she looked at me, I had to drink most of it to throw her off the stand. Then she wanted the tumbler back. Party, I'll wash it myself. Why should I put you to trouble? I told her. I had to run and pour the milk into this coconut shell and then run back and wash the tumbler and put it back before she got really suspicious. Now we have to think of some other way to feed Mahendran. Here, Mahendran is the name of that kitten. Now he also told Mridu that they have named the kitten as Mahendran. Mridu loved the name because it sounded real, unlike those cute ones you keep for the kittens. Ravi further added that its complete name was Mahendra Verma Pallav Punai and MP Punai in short. So he informed her he could make it from its fur that it was a fine bred cat, a close relative of lion family like the one that Pallava kings used their emblem. To this, Mridu giggled, which instigated Ravi to prove his knowledge about the history further. Now here Mridu knows that somewhat Ravi knows about some incidents of history. Look at this paragraph. Actually his full name is Mahendra Verma Pallava Punai, MP Punai for short if you like. He is fine, breed of cat. Just look at his fur, like a lion's mane. And you know what the emblem of the ancient Pallava kings was, don't you? He looked expectantly at Mridu. रवि मृदु को पूछ रहा है. मृदु giggled. Think I am joking? Well, just wait. I'll show you sometime. It's clear you don't know a thing about history, haven't been to Mahabalipuram, have you? He said mysteriously. Well, when our class went to Mahabalipuram, I saw a statue of his Tatas, etc., etc. Fact is, Mahendran here is descended from that very same ancient cat. A close relative, scientifically speaking, of none other than the lion. Here he is telling that the kitten is close relative of the lion. The Pallava lion, emblem of the Pallava dynasty. जो पल्लवा डायनेस्टी है उनका जो एम्ब्लेम होता है उनका ये क्लोज रिलेटिव है. रवि वेंट ऑन वॉकिंग अराउंड द बिटर बेरी बुश, वेविंग अ ट्विग अप एंड डाउन, हिज आईज स्पार्कलिंग. This cat is descendant of none other than the महाबलीपुरम ऋषि कैट. महाबलीपुरम में जो उन्होंने ऋषि कैट देखी थी उनके ये डिसेंडेंट है. एंड इफ़ आई मे जस्ट रिमाइंड यू, दे वर्शिप्ड कैट्स इन एंशियंट इजिप्ट. एंशियंट इजिप्ट के अंदर कैट को वर्शिप किया जाता था. Here on his school trip to Mahabalipuram, he had seen statue of a lion and he firmly believed that it was the ancestor of that kitten. He proudly announced that his small kitten is the descendant of Mahabalipuram Rishi cat. He reminded Mridu of cats being worshipped in ancient Egypt. He believed it to be descendant of cat goddess Bastet. How he loved the sound of his own voice. Meena and Mridu exchanged looks. What does that have to do with anything? Mridu demanded. Who? I am telling you, this cat is descended from the Egyptian cat god. वो बता रहा है कि ये जो cat है वो Egyptian cat god के descended. No goddess Bastet. Yeah, that's it. So, well, one of the descendants of that cat goddess was a stowaway in one of the Pallav ships, and his descendant was the Mahabalipuram Rishi cat. Whose descendant is Ravi flourished his twig at Mahendran, MP Punai here. यहाँ पे ये लोग MP Punai यानी कि महेंद्रन जो केटन है उसको एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हैं. He shrieked, very pleased with himself, and here Ravi is very pleased with himself. Now look at this paragraph. Mahendran looked up, alarmed. He had just been sharpening his claws on the edge of the coconut shell, from which he was drinking milk. But worse than Ravi's awful whooping was a screech from the window. What a weird sound. If Mridu was startled, MP Punai was frightened out of his wits. Hair standing on end, he bounced up and scurried towards a bamboo tray of red chilies that had been set out to dry. एक ऐसी आवाज़ क्रीच यानी एक ऐसा नॉइज. Trying to hide beneath it, he tipped a few chilies over himself. Meow, he howled miserably. So, the screech noise. What is screech noise? Here, Ravi was busy in making all proud announcements about his kitten when a weird sound screech came from the window. Mridu was shocked while Mahendran was frightened. Mahendran jumped with fear on a tray of red chilies kept under the sun for drying. And with the screeching noise continuing on the background, Mridu inquired what it was. Ravi informed her that it was Lali learning to play the violin. So the voice was of violin. The screeching went on and on. What's that noise? Said Mridu. Mridu पूछती है ये noise कैसा है? That's Lali learning to play the violin. Grunted Ravi. Ravi बताता है कि लाली जो है वो वायलिन सीख रही है. She'll never learn a thing. The music master just goes on playing like a train whizzing on and on, while Lali is all time derailing, going completely off track. यहाँ पे जो लाली है वायलिन सीख रही है लेकिन वो उसके म्यूजिक टीचर के साथ में नहीं है. She is going off track. Here Mridu crept up to the window. Lali was sitting a little distance away, awkwardly holding her violin and bowstring, her elbows jutting out and her eyes glazed with concentration. In front of her, with most of his back to the window, was the bony figure of the music master. Here is the description of music master. He had mostly bald head with a fringe of oiled black hair falling around his ears, and an old-fashioned tuft. A gold chain gleamed around his leathery neck, and a diamond ring glittered on his hand as it glided up and down the stem of the violin. A large foot stuck out from beneath his gold-bordered vesti edge, and he was beating time on the floor with the scrawny big toe. So here, Mridu inquired what it was. Ravi informed her that it was Lali's learning to play the violin. Mridu peeped from the window and she found Lali was holding the violin in an awkward position, sitting a bit away from her music teacher, who had his back towards the window. The teacher was bald with a fringe of oiled black hair falling around his ears. There was gold chain in the neck and a ring on this hand. He had a big toe with which he was thumping the ground. He played a few notes. Lali stumbled behind him on her violin, which looked quite helpless. Here he was playing the notes perfectly on the violin while Lali was struggling hard. Lali बहुत कोशिश कर रही है उनके पीछे उनको imitate करने की. His tracks were filled with melody while Lali continued missing the notes. That means she was helpless and unhappy in her hands. What a difference! The music master notes seemed to float up and settle perfectly into the invisible tracks of the melody. It was like the wheels of a train fitting smoothly into the rails and whizzing along, as Ravi said. रवि ने जो कहा कि जो म्यूज़िक मास्टर की जो नोट्स है वो स्मूथली फ्लोट कर रही है. Mridu stared at the huge bearing hand moving effortlessly up the violin's stem, making lovely music. Squawk! There was Lali derailing again. Amma came a wail from the gate. Amma, oh! Ravi sent that beggar away, cried his mother from the back veranda. यहाँ पे एक beggar है जो गेट पे खड़ा है, where she was chatting. So here children were having fun peeping from the window when Rukmani called Ravi to send her beggar away. She was fed up with the beggar coming to their place for a week now and wanted him to find another house. The beggar had made himself comfortable at the garden. He was leaning against the neem tree with his upper cloth spread under it. You can see here Mridu and Meena followed Ravi out. The beggar was already in the garden, making himself quite at home. जो बेगर है वो यहाँ पे क्वाइट कंफर्टेबल फील कर रहा है. ही हैड स्प्रेड हिज अपर क्लोथ अंडर द नीम ट्री एंड वॉज लीनिंग अगेंस्ट इट्स ट्रंक, apparently prepared to take a little snooze while he waited for the ants to appear. Go away, said Ravi sternly. रवि ने उस बेगर को निकल जाने के लिए कहा. My party says it's time you found another house to beg from. इस बार तुम कोई और घर ढूंढ लो. Look at this paragraph. The beggar opened his eyes very wide and gazed at each of the children one by one. बेगर ने जो है वो सारे बच्चों को एक के बाद एक देखा. The ladies of this house, he said at last in a voice choked with feeling, are very kind souls. I have kept my body and soul together on their generosity for a whole week. I cannot believe that they would turn me away. He raised his voice. Amma, oh, said his wail might be, but it certainly wasn't feeble. It began in a deep, strong rumble somewhere in his withered belly and came booming out of his mouth with its few remaining teeth stained brown with battle chewing. So the beggar was about to snooze when he heard Ravi asking him to leave. He was shocked hearing this and called for the lady of the house. An irritated Rukumani told Ravi that there wasn't anything left in the kitchen and asked the beggar not to come again. अब जो बेगर है उसको देने के लिए किचन में कुछ बचा नहीं है और उसको जाने के लिए बोल देते हैं और वापस कभी ना आए, not to come again. Her voice was so loud that Ravi didn't have to repeat her words to the beggar. The beggar told them that he would leave after taking rest for a while. जो बेगर है वो बताता है कि वो कुछ देर आराम करने के बाद यहाँ से चला जाएगा. यू कैन सी द पैराग्राफ. रवि टेल हिम देयर इज नथिंग लेफ्ट इन द किचन कॉल्ड रुक्मणी एंड ही हैज़ नॉट टू कम अगेन. टेल हिम दैट. शी साउंडेड फेड अप. रवि डिडंट हैव टू रिपीट इट ऑल टू द बेगर. रवि को बेगर को ये चीज़ वापस रिपीट करने की ज़रूरत नहीं थी. वॉट हिज मदर सेड हैड बीन ईजी फॉर देम ऑल टू हियर. Then under the neem tree the beggar sat up and sighed. So the beggar was resting there. I'll go, he said wearily. Only let me have a rest here under this tree. मुझे इस ट्री के नीचे थोड़ी देर आराम कर लेने दीजिए. The sun is so hot the tar has melted on the road. My feet are already blistered. Here blister means boils or bubbles on the skin from burns or rubbing. He stretched out his feet to show large pink peeling blisters on the soles of his bare feet. So here the beggar said it was too hot outside and there were blisters on his feet. The children were in pain seeing this and started making plans to give him chappals. बच्चे जो है वो उसको इसकी ये कंडीशन देख के बहुत परेशान हो जाते हैं और उसको चप्पल गिफ्ट करने के लिए सोच रहे होते हैं. आई सपोज ही डजंट हैव द मनी टू बाय चप्पल्स. मृदु विस्पर टू मीना रवि. मृदु जो है वो मीना और रवि को बताती है दैट ही इज़ नॉट हैविंग मनी टू बाय चप्पल्स. हैव यू गॉट एन ओल्ड पेयर इन द हाउस समवेयर. क्या घर में कोई पुराने चप्पल्स पड़े हुए हैं. आई डोंट नो सेड रवि. रवि सेड ही डोंट नो. सॉरी, डजंट नो. माइन आर टू स्मॉल to fit his feet or I've given them to him and his feet were larger than Mridu's and Meena's. इन सारे बच्चों से जो बेगर के फीट है वो ज़्यादा ही बड़े हैं. The beggar was shaking out his upper cloth and tightened his dhoti. He raised his eyes and looked fearfully at the road gleaming in the afternoon heat. Now the beggar here is preparing to go out, preparing to leave. He needs something on his feet. मीना से. मीना ने कहा कि उसको कुछ तो चाहिए. हर बिग आइज फीलिंग इट्स नॉट फेयर. सेड रवि. आई एम थिंकिंग अबाउट इट ब्लबरिंग. इट्स नॉट फेयर इजंट गोइंग टू हेल्प. In 2 minutes he'll be frying his feet on that road. What he needs is a pair of chappals. So where do we get them? Come, let's search the house. Now the children are planning to search the chappals in the house. He pushed Mridu and Meena into the house. Just as she stepped into the veranda, Mridu's eye fell on the old-looking chappal she had noticed when she arrived. जब मृदु आई तब उसने एक चप्पल देखे थे. Ravi, she whispered to him, whose are those? Here Mridu remembered seeing a pair of old grey chappals while she had entered Ravi's house. She asked Ravi whom they belonged to. Ravi turned and glanced at the shabby looking but sturdy old slippers. He beamed and nodded. These are just the right size, he said. Picking them up, Mridu and Meena followed him nervously back into the garden. So, here Ravi took the chappals and gave it to the beggar and asked him not to come again. The beggar went away wearing the chappals and blessing the children. जो beggar था उसने बच्चों को आशीर्वाद दिए. It was time for the music teacher to leave. Now look here. Here said Ravi to the beggar, dropping the slippers in front of the old man. Wear these and don't come back. ये पहनो और चले जाओ, वापस यहाँ पे मत आना. The beggar stared at the slippers hurriedly, flung his towel over his shoulder, pushed his feet into them and left. Muttering a blessing to the children, in a minute he had vanished around the corner of the street. Now it's time to leave the house for music teacher. So the music master came out of the house and took an unappreciative look at the three of them sitting quietly under the tree, playing marbles. Then he searched for his chappals in the veranda where he had put them. जो म्यूजिक मास्टर है वो अपने चप्पल्स फाइंड कर रहा है जहाँ पे उसने वरांडा में छोड़े थे. So here the music master was looking for his chappals. He called Lali and they looked everywhere but didn't find them. Lali informed Rukumani about it. Rukumani questioned the children if they had seen anyone picking up the chappals. Lali, he called after a few moments. She hurried up to him. Have you seen my chappals, my dear? I remember having kept them here. Music teacher है जो लाली को बताते हैं कि शायद मैंने अपने चप्पल यहीं पे रखे थे. Ravi, Mridu and Meena silently watched Lali and the music master search every corner of the veranda. He scurried around, looking over the railing and crouching near the flower pots to look between them. Brand new they were. I went all the way to Mount Road to buy them, he went on saying. The cost a whole month's fees, do you know? यहाँ पे जो म्यूज़िक टीचर है वो बता रहे हैं कि उनको वो चप्पल्स बहुत ही हार्डली मिले थे. Soon Lali went into to tell her mother. Rukumani appeared looking harassed with party following her. Where could they be? It's really quite upsetting to think someone might have stolen them. So many vendors come to the door. डोर के पास बहुत सारे वेंडर्स आते हैं कि शायद किसी ने ये चप्पल्स चुरा लिए हो. वरीड पार्टी को बहुत ही चिंता हो रही है इस बारे में. Now Rukmani caught sight of Ravi, Mridu and Meena sitting under the tree. Have you children? She began, and then seeing they were curiously quiet, went on more slowly. Seeing anyone lurking around the veranda, a sharp V-shaped line had formed between her eyebrows. Another straight, tighter one appeared in place of her usually soft, pleasant mouth. Rukmani was angry, thought Mridu with a shiver. She wouldn't be so upset if she knew about the poor beggar with sores on his feet, she tried to tell herself. Here Rukmani was really angry and Mridu couldn't control anymore. She told her that they have given the music teacher's chappals to the beggar. Look at the following paragraph. Taking a deep breath, she cried, Rukmani, there was a beggar here. Poor thing, he had such boils on his feet. So here she told her that they have given the music teacher's chappals to the beggar. Rukumani went inside and brought Gopu Mama's new chappals and gave them to the music teacher. So, said Rukumani grimly, turning to Ravi, you gave the music master chappals to the old beggar who turns up here. Children these days grown party. Amma, didn't you tell me about Karna who gave away everything he had? यहाँ पे जो बच्चे हैं वो एग्जाम्पल्स दे रहे हैं कर्ण का, इवन हीज गोल्ड ईयरिंग्स के, जिन्होंने अपने गोल्ड के ईयरिंग्स भी दान कर दिए थे. ही वॉज सो काइंड एंड जेनरस. सीली स्नैप्ड रुकुमनी, कर्णा डिडंट गिव अवे अदर पीपल्स थिंग. कर्ण जो थे उन्होंने दूसरे लोगों की चीज़ें नहीं दी थी. ही ओनली गेव अवे हीज ऑन. बट माई चप्पल्स वुडंट हैव फिटेड द बेगर्स फीट. रवि rushed brashly on. And Amma, if they did fit, would really not have minded. Ravi said, Rukumani, very angry now, go inside this minute. यहाँ पे रुकुमनी जो है वो रवि को कहती है, वेरी एंग्री नाउ, गो इनसाइड दिस मिनट, तुम यही टाइम पे अंदर चले जाओ. शी हरीड इंडोर्स एंड ब्रॉट आउट गोपू ममाज हार्डली वॉन न्यू चप्पल्स. दिस शुड फिट यू सर, प्लीज पुट दिस ऑन. यहाँ पे रवि जो है वो गोपू मामा के चप्पल्स लेके आता है. आई एम सो सॉरी, माई सन हैज़ बीन वेरी नॉटी. So here Rukumani brought Gopu Mama's chappal and gave it to the music teacher. I am so sorry, my son has been very naughty. The music master's eyes light up. He put them on, trying not to look too happy. Well, I suppose this will have to do. These days children have no respect for elders. What to do? Hanuman incarnate. So here the teacher called Ravi a monkey, an incarnation of Lord Hanuman, which seemed clear that Rukumani didn't like. रुक्मणी को ये जरा भी पसंद नहीं आता है कि जो म्यूज़िक टीचर है वो रवि को मंकी बुलाते हैं. शी वॉन्टेड द टीचर टू लिव इमीडिएटली. वो चाहती है कि टीचर जितना बने उतना जल्दी यहाँ से चले जाए. She didn't seem to like Ravi being called a monkey, even a holy monkey. She stood stiff and stayed by the front door. It was clear she wanted him to leave quickly. Now, look at the last paragraph. When he had clattered off in his new chappals, she said, Mridu, come in and have some tiffin. Honestly, how do you children think of such things? तुम बच्चों ऐसे कैसे सोच सकते हो? Thank God, your Gopu Mama doesn't wear his chappals to work. As she walked towards the kitchen with Mridu and Meena, she suddenly began to laugh. But he is always in such a hurry to throw off his shoes and socks and get into his chappals as soon as he comes home. What's your mama going to say this evening when I tell him I gave his chappals to the music master? रुकुमनी बताती है बच्चों को कि जब भी तुम्हारे मामा घर पे आएंगे तो वो उन्हें क्या आंसर करेगी कि उनके चप्पल्स उन्होंने म्यूज़िक मास्टर को दे दिए. So at last mother rebuked them by saying that he gave away what was his own. She hurriedly went inside to bring Gopu Mama's slippers. The teacher gave a disapproving look to the children. Everyone knew as that would be a temporary relief to the problem, as Gopu Mama would disapprove of their acts too. So here we have completed our chapter. All the students are requested to please read and revise the chapter once again. Thank you.